Welcome to the Militia Gaming community. I'm Trigger, and today we're talking about the top 15 fastest cars in Need for Speed Unbound. Now, before you get your panties in a bunch, there's been zero information on cars, so this is just me guessing. It's a guessing prediction video pre-launch, and I want to see how close to right I am when the game comes out. All right, let's go. All right, real quick, if you didn't catch that in the intro, this is a prediction video. This is a pre-launch prediction of what the top 15 fastest cars are based on just the jumbling amount of knowledge that's floating around in my head on all the cars that I've tested and driven in Need for Speed Heat and what I think those cars are gonna feel like in Need for Speed Unbound based on what I've seen from Need for Speed Unbound. So, like I said, there's no facts in this video. This is a prediction video. If that's going to waste your time, please leave the video, and I'm sure there's a bunch of you that will. But if you think that's fun and you're just interested to see what my top 15 cars are going to be, then let's watch the rest of the video. All right, let's get into it. All right, starting with the bottom tier. In this tier, there are 5 cars. I've got the Ferrari FXXK Evo, the Koenigsegg Regera, I hope that's how people will say it, that's how I say it, the Bugatti Chiron Sport, the Mazda RX-8, and the Huracan LP580. I feel like the Huracan, the Regera, the FXX are all just slightly misrepresented in Need for Speed Heat. They should have a place in the top 15, and the RX-8 and the Bugatti Chiron are new to the scene. I think they're actually going to be modeling the RX-8 after the RX-7, but giving it an updated feel and making it just a bit faster. And the Chiron will be super powerful, but will also carry a heavy weight. And so the physics may not be favorable, which is why it's in the top 15, but it's at the bottom of this pyramid. On the next tier, we got 4 cars: the Lotus Emira, the Mitsubishi Eclipse GSX, the Mercedes 190e 2.5 16, and the Volvo 242 DL. Now, for some reason, Need for Speed games love older and lightweight cars. These 4 definitely fall into one of those categories, either older or lightweight, or both. The Eclipse GSX is maybe the most anticipated car in the game by the fans, so I kind of wish I had it higher. But given the history of the past Need for Speed games, I just can't justify it over the next 2 tiers. I added the 190e because it is A$AP Rocky's car, and I don't think he would want to be represented with a slow car, and therefore it is in. All right, moving on to the next tier, we've got 3 cars: the Ferrari F40, the BMW M1 Excalibur, and the Ferrari 488 Pista. These 3 cars are sort of in a league of their own. They aren't going to be as fast as the top 3 cars, and they are going to be miles ahead of the bottom 9 cars. The F40 was very strong in Need for Speed Heat, and the Pista really wasn't that far behind. The risk I took with this tier was adding the BMW M1 Excalibur. It's a beast of a car in real life, and its race history is very, very strong. I feel like Need for Speed always gives some extra power to the glory days, and so I'm excited to find out what this car will do, and so I've got it in that 3rd tier. And for the next tier up, we've got 2 cars: the Volkswagen Beetle and the McLaren F1. Alright, I know you Need for Speed Heat fans aren't too excited about this tier, but from what I can gather and assume and guess about Need for Speed Unbound, these 2 cars should be on fire. They are battling it out for 2nd place in Need for Speed Heat, and I believe they will do exactly the same thing in Need for Speed Unbound. And the winner will be dependent on which track is chosen for the testing. That's how close I think these 2 cars are going to be. And finally, the top dog of this pyramid, the RSR. You may be thinking, he took the easy way out. You may be thinking, no way they allow this car to be broken again, and you might be right, but my suspicion that I spoke about in my last Unbound video is that they have not addressed why this car remains the dominant force in Need for Speed games. It has been the top dog in the last 3 Need for Speed games. There's a reason why it keeps dominating the field, and it's because of the physics that are in these games. It's a rear engine, rear wheel drive car with a short wheelbase. It has an excellent turning radius surface and more natural downforce than any other car except maybe the Beetle in the past games. And I don't think much has changed with the physics. As I said in my last video, if they were going to address the RSR's brokenness, they would not have featured it in any of these content drops, and it was prominently featured in last week's. I honestly hope I'm wrong about this and that we get a new meta, but for now, these are my predictions. Let's see how close I get. Thanks for watching this really silly, stupid video. I had a blast thinking about this and wishing and trying to come up with reasons, even though I have zero real evidence. All right, shout out to all the Heat 5 members, and if you're looking to become a member, we have 2 different tiers of membership for the channel. Both you get all kinds of emotes and a badge next to your name in chat, but if you pick the higher tier, which is $10, you'll get members-only streams and a shout out on every video. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Trigger out.